Hello, greetings, and welcome to this new video that I have this 2023, all about orientation on cybersecurity capture the flag events. For now, there are a few slides that I would like to share to you, my experiences as well as possible opportunities for you out there, probable ethical hackers who are interested in improving their skills. So let's go with the slides. Okay, first slide. What do you see? You can pause the video and think for a while. What do you see in front of you? A dark screen? Oh, and there's a green text on the upper left corner, and there seems to be nothing. Well, friends, this is what you call the terminal, or the web shell, or the shell, sometimes CMD in Windows, but most of the time in Linux we call this one terminal, or the shell. Imagine this slide, just an image. What would you feel? Frightened? Intimidated? Now, sometimes, if you're afraid of something, it's because you probably need to improve research in finding what that something is about. If you look at the image, it has an image showing to you virus is uploaded. At the same time, at the upper left corner, you'll see there is a targeted IP. Now, at first glance, if you don't know what's going on, you will be frightened and scared to try what is this. But as a hacker or a cybersecurity or an information security researcher, you are very keen in observing what's going on an image. So let's dive at this image. If we investigate this Internet Protocol or IP address, can we guess what's the IP address? Any tools out there to check if what is this IP? Who does this belong to? Is this hacking? Is this what we're doing? Hacking already. And sometimes the word hacking or hacker is directly associated right away with the malicious things that reverse engineering people do. No, actually, if you're a hacker in a wholesome verse, you can either be good or bad. If you're in between, at the end of the day, you'll be deciding when you'll become good, when you'll become bad. That's where the colors probably steps in. If you're a dark hacker, a black hat hacker, or a white hat hacker, ethical hacker, malicious hacker. So is this hacking? What is hacking? Who am I? Who and what is a hacker? According to Wikipedia, a hacker is a skilled person in information technology or IT who has technical knowledge to achieve a specific goal and overcome problems or obstacles through non-standard means. So for example, if I give you an example on education, on learning, you have formal education, non-formal education. You have discarte, you have what's the rules. So a hacker or a reverse engineer or a cybersecurity researcher finds ways. Of course, in ethical side, you are given authority to find ways how to solve a specific IT problem. If you want to learn ethical hacking, then hopefully these slides will help you if you want to improve or start on this new skill. These are examples of some of the works or jobs available online, especially on bug bounty. You're going to find a bug, you're going to research, and of course, you're going to do some reporting to a specific company. And sometimes the bounty or the amount given to you is way big. If you're really that very skilled, like this example in malware bytes, that's 20 to $6,000, roughly around 300,000 pesos, more or less. Ethical hacking, again, as I told you, is when a specific hacker, a reverse engineer, or a hacker, ethical hacker, is given authority to investigate a specific IP to check for the vulnerabilities or the weakness of that specific computer, server, or information system. So actually, I gave these slides during the orientation of teams of CTFs. Okay, a little bit about me. I started learning about information security way about 2018 when I was handling a class. But then I started to be curious on what is this thing all about. And of course, during the COVID time and in 2021, I started to join some international team, especially on Black-Eyed Elites or the B. But now we are separated because I formed a national team as well as a local team, while my friends from Nigeria, Romania, and Malaysia have other concerns as well in their nations. So I completed 14 certificates from Udemy, Coursera, USCISA certs, and CTF Times, and of course I conducted some local capture the flag events in Butuan City, Philippines. So these are just examples of some certificates that I found time to study them, to be curious about them. Coursera, Udemy, and of course currently I'm still working on specialization cybersecurity and the X factor in Coursera. So these are some of the CTF time teams that I joined. Initially last 2021 May, this was my international team, Black-Eyed Elites before. Then our leader changed it to Black-Eyed Exploits. And of course, because I was so excited, I created another team. Of course, with their permission, I told our leader that I'm excited to form our national team so that at least we have some team in the Philippines. No? Since there are only a few teams in Capture the Flag cybersecurity in the Philippines. And this was the latest this year that I formed, hoping to have some other schools join. So I needed to leave because I needed them to try to find a way that they can also try to manage their CTF. And right now, I'm focusing on NSEC Caraga. So these are the local CTF that I conducted through bxuctf.com. So if you have time, please try to visit because I'll be posting some of new events there. What is Cybersecurity Capture the Flag or CTF? Initially, if we talk about cybersecurity, it's a practice of protecting systems, networks, and programs from digital attacks. So you are protecting a specific information system, especially online information systems. What is Capture the Flag? So it's actually a game, and it's a game for those who are interested to investigate, to research using online tools. But there are certain skills that I'd like to share to you that hopefully it would help you in solving some CTF problems. Flags are the text. There are string text or hidden on a specific image, specific website. Sometimes you need to do some other tools, hardcore tools, so that you can get the secret code. So what are the types of cybersecurity CTF? There are, as my experience, there are two: attack defense and Jeopardy. So in attack defense, you are given an IP address of the game server. The team has an IP. Other teams also has an IP. Then some rules allowed other teams to actually attack your IP. So IPs are broadcasted. And of course, you need to defend your server that's given to you. So you have to research for tools that could help you defend your server. As well as when you enter the game server, there are some challenges there that you can find the flag. And of course, points will be given and your team gets a score. In cybersecurity Jeopardy, so this is a sample of Jeopardy style CTF sponsored by Carnegie Mellon University in the United States. We have here general skills, web exploitation, cryptography, reverse engineering, forensics, binary exploitation, and there are some uncategorized challenges. So this is a sample of the current cybersecurity CTF that I'm developing for a certain college program in our university, in the teacher education program. And these are just samples that I created so that there will be some demo. These are samples of general skills where actually in Obedient Cat, you need to know how to download a file. And of course, those are basics: how to download a file, how to open a file using Notepad, and probably there will be other strategies that you can think of to answer this problem. Python wrangling needs an experience, probably some basic experience in running Python codes. And of course, there are modules inside that Python code, like in this Python script, that you would need to explore. And for you to explore that, you need to join picoCTF. So later I'm going to demo to you a little bit of picoCTF and some of the things that I presented here. So wave a flag. And of course, if I'm going to present to you already the tools on how to do this ethical hacking, how to join, how to use some tools in this competition, this is for educational purpose only. And please, you are responsible for using the tools in malicious intent without prior consent. Again, consent is important if you want to test a specific system. And of course, there is a law in the Philippines, Republic Act 10175, or the Anti-Cybercrime Law. So it's important for you to read that one as well as the implementing rules and regulations of RA 10175. Below here are some tools that I use, which is very important to use also in a CTF event. And of course, there's an operating system that both good and bad hackers use, since all of the tools are already installed here. So it's easy to use some of the tools and focus on some specifications. And this operating system is called Kali Linux. On the next picture, the center, I guess, this is using my Mac terminal, and I did an SSH on a specific server that I created, and I scanned the server. So these are the ports that are open and some are filtered. Upper right is the most common notepad that you can use, and of course the lower right side would be the picoCTF web shell that I'm going to present later. This is an example of a challenge in picoCTF called the obedient cat. Normally, this is the first challenge that you're going to encounter when you will join picoCTF, obedient cat. So this is how a challenge looks like. There is a title, and there's a description, and sometimes some CTF will give hints. In Pico, they don't deduct the hints. But in some CTF, the hints have deduction numbers like -10, -50 to your team points. So be careful when you use the hint in actual CTF like CTF time. But for Pico, you can click on the hint so that you can learn. So to open this, you can actually use download, then you open using Notepad the file or any text editor that's available in your PC. So in Python wrangling, you would need to download this one using wget command in Linux. So again, when we started the slides, I presented to you the web shell or the terminal where Linux is the operating system commonly used. Let's say 95% used most of the time of reverse engineers, ethical hackers, or probably most of the time malicious hackers as well. So it's important that you know Linux. So here, Python is running you can run here actually the Python code, but for now, I think I used cat, concatenate to look at the file of the Python code. So from cryptography, so there's a module, cryptography, Fernet, cryptography module from Python, which can probably be run only in picoCTF web shell. So you might be surprised that when you download the file, the Python file, and it doesn't run in your computer, probably you would you need to install a module called cryptography. So there are some tools that may be usable for you in web exploit, forensics, cryptography, and reverse engineering. So the GDB or the GNU debugger is very important. It's like doing a assembly language, debugs a specific executable file, and it will help you find a specific flag. The cryptography, you can use Python if you want some work to do, but you can go right away to this website, Aperisolve, so that you can upload your image and then find probably the string or the flag which is inside the picture and a perisolve. Yep. Sometimes kasi there are pictures that when you look at it, you will notice that it's not right away CTF word. No? It's like you need to decipher it. It's in Caesar cipher, for example, or it's in RSA, and you need to decrypt that one so that you get the flag. And of course, in forensics, that's straightforward. If there's an image that you upload in Perisolve, and then the CTF flag is already there with the word Orion CTF, for example, I'm a flag, sample like that. So in cryptography, when you look at it, and there's still, you need to decipher the encrypted codes. In web exploit, Dear Buster, DIR Buster would help you find some of the files that are in a directory in a web server that are probably hidden from you. So the training platform that I discovered last year is Terminus. Terminus from MIT. So it's very important and very useful for those who are beginning in learning the Linux command because it will simulate your visuals. Like for example, if you type ls, you'll find some of the files that are inside that folder. And when you type pwd, you'll find you are in home. So there are some interactions that will help you when you learn the Linux commands. Unconsciously, you are learning already the Linux commands, but it's like you're journeying an adventure on Magic Land. So TryHackMe is, I've been using TryHackMe and finding time again to focus on some projects in TryHackMe or trainings in TryHackMe. You can start by joining TryHackMe, then look for the room called Linux Fundamentals. So it would help you. So there's a training here, self-training. Why? Because it's like gamified. It looks like a CTF also, which will help you learn more about Linux, Python, in cybersecurity type of approaches. So this is an example of a room or a learning area inside TryHackMe Introduction to Offensive Security. If, for example, you want to join a red team or the offensive type of team in a specific cybersecurity event like capture the flag, to call this the attack defense. And this is the HackTheBox. So HackTheBox is another platform that you can learn about hacking, cybersecurity, and here there is certified penetration testing specialist. So there are pathways that you can join when you sign up for this online learning system. So here are samples of challenges that you can join in HackTheBox. This is a sample of the IP that's found in HackTheBox for you to find the flag inside. So how do you find the flag inside the website? And of course, after training in testing picoCTF, doing TryHackMe, and probably HackTheBox, and other platforms that you think I didn't mention here, of course, there is a financial opportunity for this. So for example, you learn already the skills how to do bug bounty, penetration testing. Like in this example, when you have those skills, then hopefully you have a team in CTF Time. This is a sample of an event in CTF Time when there's rare prizes. For example, $500, $200, and right now in Line CTF that we're joining for Saturday, there are big amounts for the prizes. That's if you win as a team. So CTF Time is a global or an international platform where all kinds of hackers create a team and join the competition. And the team could be academic or non-academic. So in case you have a school and you're interested on cybersecurity, enhancing your skills, so join CTF Time. But I would recommend you also, while you're joining CTF Time, you also do some learning in picoCTF, TryHackMe, and HackTheBox. So these are some financial opportunities. Bug bounty from Malwarebytes, Zero Bounds, Yuga Labs. And this opportunity in bug bounty can be found in HackerOne, so hackerone.com. This is my dashboard in HackerOne, and of course, you need time to work on this opportunities. But for now, I just joined to explore what are some of the bug bounties and programs that hopefully in the future I could focus on. This is an example of still in HackerOne on some of the leaderboards. These are some top hackers. Uh, some are anonymous, like that. So if you look at the names of the top hackers, their reputation, their impact, and of course um, their names, their anonymous names. Ewan ko kung totoo ba ito na picture ni Cory Sloot. 443. Parang port 443. Okay, so in Upwork, another online platform, if you type their ethical hacker, there are opportunities again for an ethical hacker. So here, you're hacking legally. You're not afraid of getting caught of criminal acts. But in Upwork, you need to double check because probably there are some jobs that are given, but they are illegal. We don't know the end of it at the other side. Whereas in HackerOne, there are companies that are filtered and examined by HackerOne if they are legitimate. So here in Upwork, there are possibilities that there are illegitimate companies who would hire you to hack something and you don't know that it was an illegal activity. So just be careful in Upwork. And I love this one, ethical engineering hack. The keyword engineering because again, I'm an industrial engineer who is now focusing on information systems, information security systems, and cybersecurity. So those who are interested, those who are also engineers there, you might want to explore ethical engineering hacking. And of course, in JobsDB, you can also find some jobs there for those who are interested in cybersecurity, in reverse engineering. Okay, so this part supposedly is a demo. You can pause for the demo that you would like to try to test first, either picoCTF, try hackme, terminus. So don't forget terminus, where you hopefully you'll learn more Linux commands as you explore some of the folders. So cd space location. And of course, since this was presented on the orientation in our university, I created 3 classrooms in picoCTF, and hopefully they will continue their coding, hacking, or researching skills. So this is some of my references that you can use to enhance your skill, to learn more. And of course, these are all free. If you think Coursera is very hard to get at, there is a financial aid that if you're really good in expressing yourself and writing it in essay form, hopefully they will approve financial aid. Duration is normally 1 month or 2 months, I don't know. Right now, it's a 1 month plus that's given to me. And of course, let's go back to the question that I gave you last time on, is this hacking when you investigate this? Of course, this is what you call open source intelligence, or you can try to do who is online to check on the IP. And whose IP was that actually? Oops, that's Google's IP. I forgot to change the IP a while ago. So the IP 142.250.207.68 is of Google. Okay, so a little bit of hands-on as I promised before I say thank you. Yan. So this is an example of the web shell. Oh, so since it's ended, I need to reconnect again. And okay. Okay, so I'm in my picoCTF web shell. And if I type ls, I will find the list of files that are available here. And some of the files that I did in Python wrangling are found in Python W. And so if I type clear, it will clear the screen. ls again just to see what are the files and the .py. So this is the code for the Python challenge. So just exploring the web shell, but then you would need to go to terminus. Like for example, go to Google and just type there in your Google search terminus. tagal eh. MIT. Ayan. So, loading karon. Diretso na lang kung mag-terminus. Okay. So, on terminus, if you click this one, hopefully this is the main web. Ayan. So, you're now on a web shell, a terminal created by MIT. So, just important talaga, you need to read per line. So, welcome to the game. Look at your surroundings with the command ls. When you type ls, ayan, you'll find surroundings. Right now, kasi I think my computer went to this place already, but actually should be somewhere. Yan. So, this is the beginning of all. When you start terminus and you find locations and then you type cd, western forest, and you're now in forest. So, ganun si terminus. And I hope you're going to try terminus to learn more of the Linux commands. So, in TryHackMe, here, once you are signed in TryHackMe, you can click learn. Itong again, loading talaga this time, I guess. In the Philippines, it's 8 o'clock. So, clicking learn, and you can type there fundamentals of Linux so that you can find there are learning paths here, but you can do a search. So, if you type search, and then you type there Linux, ayan, Linux Fundamentals Part 1. So, just read through and try to do some hands-on on some of the questions here. So, again, it's loading. Ayan si Tox, the mascot sa Linux. Si Tox. Anyway, next up is HackTheBox. So, HackTheBox is talagang nag-log out siya kaagad. If you have time, then HackerOne. And of course, in Udemy, there are many learning courses in ethical hacking. Coursera. Of course, Upwork. So be careful on Upwork on where you're going to apply. And JobStreet, right now, there are 680 jobs like information security specialist. One thing with looking for these jobs is that when you look at these jobs, you can find some requirements or skills needed. So those are the skills that you need to enhance, especially if you want to apply for that specific job. Ayan. Dami. Okay, so I guess that's it. And then thank you for your time. And I hope I can see you either online or offline when we do some healthy hacking legally. Thank you and bye-bye.